What's up guys, welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Lady Milam held a special place in our esteem, naturally. So, when the trio of demon lords decided to gather for an intimate dinner, it seemed only fitting to go all out in crafting a splendid menu for the occasion. However, with the unfolding of various events, the significance of the Walpurgis Council began to shift. Suddenly, we found ourselves facing an influx of additional demon lords. This elevated the responsibility on Sir Guy's shoulders to safeguard humanity from self-destruction, prompting him to seek further aid to manage the mounting workload. The first addition to the council, the fourth demon lord overall, was Sir de Gruel. He bore the brunt of the conflict between Sir Guy and Lady Milam, playing a pivotal role in preventing catastrophic damage to the world. Despite his contributions, he didn't receive many rewards, as much of his territory lay barren after the battle. However, I won't dwell on those matters. Despite access to magical resources, Sir de Gruel struggled to halt the rapid desertification of his domain. Though matters have since settled, he undoubtedly faced considerable challenges at the time. I offered him my well wishes, albeit from the comfort of our secluded paradise. Following Sir de Gruel's involvement, the next demon lord to join was Lady Ruminas, also known as the Queen of Nightmares. Being the only daughter of the vampire lord, she possessed immense strength. Before delving further into her character, it's important to understand her father. This individual, a quasi-deity, was Sir Veldonava's first creation, intended to serve as a god of humanity before circumstances took a different turn. His quest for companionship stemmed from a deep desire for meaningful interaction. Back then, we had angels and demons aplenty, fulfilling Sir Veldonava's initial desire. But he craved more diversity. So, he intervened to assist species striving to build civilizations on the planet. He tasked his demigod creation with this, though the outcome wasn't ideal. The demigod, nearly immortal and lacking a distinct domain, faced a considerable challenge. Like us demons, it didn't even have a gender. Sir Veldonava endured tens of thousands of years before witnessing the flourishing of surface species. Though I'm not privy to all the details, that's the gist of it from what I understand. Despite setbacks, the demigod persisted, driven by Sir Veldonava's high expectations. Instead of procreation, it focused on scientific pursuits, much to our annoyance. I can't say whether this was beneficial, but I can confidently say it was a burden. His experiments often brought humanity to the brink of collapse. Nevertheless, his meddling led to the rise of the high humans, a significant contribution to humanity's development, even if it fell short of creating eternal demigods. You're not buying into that, are you? Rightfully so. Frankly, neither am I. I wasn't there to see it firsthand. From what I've gathered, the demigod dissected its own being to birth two distinct species, the high humans and the vampires. It wasn't the conventional approach, but it got results. So, I guess it's a case of all's well that ends well? By the time Sir Guy emerged on the surface, the high humans had thrived, establishing a vast nation surpassing anything seen today. You know, there's something important we need to acknowledge here. Every species had its own set of strengths and weaknesses. Take the high humans, for instance. They had some serious magical mojo going on, but their mindset was a bit of a mess. I mean, come on, summoning Sir Guy like they're the kings of intellect? It's like they were asking for trouble. Pride before the fall, right? And boy, did they fall hard and fast. Now, let's talk about the vampires. They had their fair share of challenges too, but maybe those setbacks actually worked in their favor, considering they're still kicking around today. They were tough cookies with powerful magic, near immortality, and a mature outlook. But that pesky sunlight problem held them back from total world domination. But let's not forget about that dimwit demigod and his never-ending experiments. I was there, remember, watching it all unfold. By then, the elementals had already gone their separate ways from the great spirits, spreading the four major elements all over. These elementals soaked up magicules and eventually manifested into physical beings. The demigod lent a hand in this process, playing a part in creating high dwarves, sirens, flame imps, and high elves. Now, all this might have been fine on its own, but then the demigod decided to dive headfirst into forbidden territory with his crossbreeding shenanigans. As a lady of refinement, I find the whole idea downright nauseating. These experiments gave rise to a whole slew of new races like elves, dwarves, ogres, and beastmen, just to name a few. But let's not sugarcoat it. For every success story, there were plenty of failures lurking in the shadows of history, some of them even turning into the sorry creatures we know as goblins. Sir Guy was deeply troubled by the situation, feeling it demanded urgent attention. However, he remained unable to act without Sir Veldonava's approval. He saw the world as needlessly complex yet undeniably captivating. As for me, it was Sir Guy's dilemma. I, personally, felt indifferent.
You seem to take pleasure in my discomfort.
Oh, not at all. You misunderstand, Sir Guy. I am your faithful maid.
I responded with a polished curtsy, concealing my true sentiments, a skill perfected through diligent practice. Despite overcoming various obstacles, the demigod persisted in causing trouble. Ironically, his own experiments led to his downfall.
My daughter, you are my greatest creation,
The demigod declared.
Your day of reckoning has come. Disintegration.
His daughter, another demigod born from his own flesh, proclaimed, reducing him to ashes. It was a satisfying resolution, though I concealed my relief. These were the clandestine events surrounding the rise of Lady Ruminas, the fifth demon lord, a secret to be safeguarded. As the ranks of demon lords expanded, a sixth member joined, Sir Dino. If I may speak frankly for a moment. Oh, I'm already speaking freely? Very well, then. Allow me to express my contempt. I abhor having to address him as Sir Dino. He's nothing more than a worthless pile of refuse, idle and morally bankrupt. If only his laziness were the only problem, but it's much worse, he dumps his work on me. I can't take it anymore. If he's going to act like this, he should bother Misery instead. I could forgive that. But you know what he said when I suggested it to him?
No, but when I go to Misery, she gets all mad, you know?
Can you believe it? I get just as mad. Him saying that makes it seem like he thinks Misery's scarier than me, right? Dealing with Misery can be tough sometimes, but I can get just as furious. Comparing us? Ridiculous. Are you trying to disrespect the primal demons? Some things should stay unsaid. If you don't get that, don't blame me if someone takes you apart. That's just a little advice from your friend, Rain. Now, with 6 demon lords, our Walpurgis councils feel more like business meetings than ever. What used to be a fun hangout has turned into a lot of work. Honestly, I'm not into it.
Rain.
Just joking. I'm the guide for these meetings, so I'll do my part. Everyone seems busy, except for one person. Oh, I just realized something. Even though we're putting in a lot of effort, managing humanity, our main job, isn't getting any easier, is it? Look at Sir Guy, he's super busy, especially with Misery helping him out outside of these meetings. I've got to support them however I can. Cooking and laundry? I've got that covered. You know, Lady Milam is really something. Whenever there's a feud between nations or some dangerous magical beast causing trouble, she's right there, making sure everyone plays fair and lending a hand where needed. It's not exactly what you'd expect from a demon lord, but it's definitely her style. Now, Lady Ramirez is a whole different story. She's happy to stay holed up in her labyrinth, and honestly, I'm fine with that. I owe her a lot, so she can do her thing. And let's not forget about Sir de Gruel. He's constantly dealing with the aftermath of destruction, trying to keep the desert from swallowing up everything. The guy barely has time for anything else. But Lady Ruminas, she's on another level. She managed to unite the vampire race under her leadership and even started looking out for humans, which is a major shift considering vampires used to see humans as snacks. It's pretty impressive what she's pulled off. On the flip side, there's Sir Dino. He's a real headache. No matter how much I try to push him to do some work, he just snaps back, making things worse. We're like oil and water, him and me. We were thinking about bringing in some new blood to help with the workload, but then Lady Ruminas decided to retire out of the blue. Maybe she couldn't stand the thought of working with the new recruit we found. He was always pushing Lady Ruminas and Lady Ramirez to the sidelines, showing off his power every now and then just to flex his authority. No doubt, Lady Ruminas must have been at her wit's end dealing with him. You know, Lady Ruminas looks young and all. Maybe the new guy thought he could push her around because of that. So, to tackle this, she probably figured it was best to step back and let someone more imposing take the spotlight. That's when Roy stepped up to fill her shoes.
I'll still be working behind the scenes. Roy will be the face of the Demon Lord in my place. Any objections?
If Dino had pitched the same idea, he'd be laughed off the stage. But Lady Ruminas carries a lot of weight around here, so her proposal sailed through without a hitch. And just like that, a new era kicked off, with all these magic-born folks rising up to become demon lords. People like Kazalim, with the drive and potential, started joining our ranks left and right. This was a game-changer for our Walpurgis councils. Now, these meetings happen whenever 3 members agree, where we hash out deals and decide who gets to join our ranks as a new demon lord. I might have my doubts about where things are headed with the councils, but if Sir Guy's on board, then so am I, and that's how we ushered in a whole new way of doing things. So, I found myself in charge of Sir Guy's affairs, stepping in to lead the Walpurgis sessions from time to time. As the roster of demon lords evolved, we eventually coined the term 10 Great Demon Lords. It was during this period that Rimmeru, that slime creature, made his debut in the demon lord realm. My first encounter with him happened at Clayman's Walpurgis gathering. Ah, Clayman. I do miss him. Despite his inferior strength compared to mine, I admire his guts for putting himself forward as a demon lord. He had a knack for handling the mundane administrative duties of demon lordship, making him quite valuable despite his limitations. A pragmatic soul, always ready to tackle the dirty work if given enough praise. As for the moment his downfall began, well, that's still a bit of a mystery to me. His demise was a real shame, but it all boiled down to his unfortunate choice of opponent. Misery, after bumping into Sir Rimmeru on her way back, had her doubts about Clayman's future, and it turned out she was right on the money. When I was leading the meeting, the conversation shifted to Sir Rimmeru, and things started spiraling out of control. Watching it all unfold was exciting, but there were certain aspects that left me feeling uneasy, especially regarding Sir Rimmeru's companion.
Wasn't he part of the Noir family?
Looks like it. I sensed his presence when fetching Sir Rimmeru, so it's pretty certain.
Unbelievable. He's known for being incredibly self-centered. Why would he suddenly agree to serve someone else?
You know, I can't really figure him out. His motives are a mystery to me, and honestly, I'd rather not dwell on it too much.
Yeah, you're right about that. Misery hit the nail on the head. Noir is as unpredictable as he is self-centered, kind of like both Misery and me in that way. But I'd rather keep my distance from folks like him. I mean, he held his own against Sir Guy, the same guy who Misery and I couldn't even touch. I've never faced him in battle myself, but just knowing that he's on par with Sir Guy makes me uneasy. Or maybe I'm just trying to sugarcoat it. It's not that I'm uneasy about him. Deep down, I know I can't compete with him. I don't think Sir Guy and Noir were really going all out against each other. It was probably just a friendly spar from their perspective, but I couldn't keep up with their level. I've got my pride as a primal, you know? I can't just admit defeat. But deep down, I really don't want to end up butting heads with Noir anytime soon. It's pretty dreadful.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jared Bressler, Chadvota, Nate, JV, Dirty Old Hobo, Thomas, Edmund W. Edwards, Jay, Christ, Juan Ignacio, Joshua Cousins, Jose Hernandez, Vethelny. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.